Okay.
Excellent. So this week, we're going to be concluding GoPro. We're going to be concluding GoPro this week, and we have gone through 6 of the skills, and we're going to be concluding the 7th skill today, and of course, chapter 11 and 12. That's the concluding part of this. And so far, we have gone through skill 1, which is finding prospect. And I'm just going to do like a quick overview of what we've learned so far. Finding prospects, and it says we need to determine, make up our mind to be a professional. And if you recall, at that particular time, we came up, I think it was Lami that came up with the hashtag GoPro or go home, right? So we all out go, go for it to determine to be a professional, and then commit to growing our prospect list daily. That is, add at least 2 new people to your contact list. You don't have to perfect them the day you add them, but network on purpose. Add people to your contact list. And then skill number 2, inviting prospects to understand your product and opportunities. So if you start yourself from the outcome, you invite them to show up, you give them opportunity to, come for another exposure. Like we said last week, we are educators. We are giving them information about the opportunity that we have, right? The product and the business opportunity. So we keep exposing them to the next thing more and more until they make up their mind. And then it says in the process, we have to remain to be ourselves and not, think we have to be somebody else to be able to make it work. And as we invite the prospects, we have to be passionate. They need to know we believe in the product, we believe in the business. And then we have to have a strong posture. We must not put to them that we need them to succeed. They need to know that we are presenting a golden opportunity to them. That is the posture we need to have. We have what they need, and that's product and this opportunity. We have a premium product. Somebody I heard, I think it was PMA that mentioned it at the event, that we're not hungry people, right? So we are here to share the amazing opportunity that we have and to invite them to try our product, our premium product, right? So we need to come from that posture. And then skill number 3, welcome Lami. Oh, she's still connecting us audio. Then skill number 3, we need to learn how to present the product and opportunity to our prospect. It says we need to use tools, we need to tell our stories, and we cannot show up unprepared. We have to be prepared at every point in time. The way we appear, the way we show ourselves to them, that's the way they're going to take our product. That's the way they're going to take our opportunity. So they need to know they're joining a group of individuals and a community, of great men and women. And that's why we leverage on the community as well, right? We have, business mogul among us. We have TV personnel among us. We have coaches, TEDx speakers. We have, lots and lots of men and women that are successful amongst us. So apart from letting them know, I have what you need, I am bringing to you this opportunity to join this community and be part of an amazing, community of great men and women, and make money as you do that, making them know that it's not just me, you are joining this amazing opportunity. And then skill number 4 is in the follow-up. It says follow up with prospect. And then it emphasizes on do what you say you're going to do. When you say you're going to follow them up the following day at a particular time, make sure you keep the appointment. And then set up the next exposure at the time you followed up with them. If at that particular point in time when you followed up, you ask them, okay, on the scale of 1 to 10, can you give me, where you are, in terms of getting started? And if they say 5, if they, whatever number they give, he said, don't even bother, right? Just tell them, I have the next training is going to be tomorrow. Do you want? And then of course you've understood what they like best about what they just saw or what they've just heard. And then you tell them, you want to know more about the product? Okay, here is a video for you, to explain more about the product. And then, things like that. So we set up the next exposure when we follow up with the prospect. And then, of course, we know we are consultants. We expose them to as much as possible of our business and opportunities. And we've listed the different exposures that we have in the Untamed. The ads, through ads, from ads we get the leads, right? And then from there they see short videos. There's the one possibly we make personally or the company provided. We have all other people provided within the community. That's the leveraging the opportunity that we have. And then they can come to opportunity calls that they like that the company runs on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, or the one we are running Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday. So every day of the week, Monday through Saturday, they can join an opportunity call. And then they can have another way for them to get exposure is a physical event. Whenever we have physical event, what's going on with Lami? What's up? I'm still in so. No worries at all. We're recording this. No worries at all. Thank you for joining still. Alrighty. So the physical events, we're going to talk more about that today because that is this last skill, promoting event, how to do that, and the benefit of doing that, really, right? And then we have the Untamed experiences, the monthly event, big events that we have, in the Untamed, and of course the 3-way call. So those are ways by which we expose them to these opportunities. And then skill number 5 is helping your prospect to become a customer or a member. He said distributor, but we use membership here. So help those prospects let them buy. If they're not ready to become a member, then they can be a customer, right? And then, or they become a member and earn 20%, gets their product at 20% discount and earn while they're using the product as well, at least at an affiliate level, at least, and then of course, we'll be emotionally detached. We don't have to cut them off once they say, no, I'm not ready to start. What Dr. Naomi usually say is, yes, no worries, I'll be here whenever you're ready, right? So then that gives the connotation that you expect them to join. You are anticipating that. Definitely, whenever you come to the realization that you need this, you are going to call me, right? And that is why we need to keep them within arm's length, if I may use that term. And that's why I spoke about when you get those leads, when you get all of those people, how do you make them to still be exposed to maybe your ads, to still be exposed to your statuses, to still be exposed to things that you post every now and then? Do you get them to save your number? Do you get them to, follow you on one social media or another? Just so they keep hearing and keep seeing, your progress as you progress in the community. One of the things that stuck with me was, I think it was Susan that was mentioning that, there was somebody that just joined her in the team that has been following her from the, from previous companies, I think for like 3 years. But now when this new company came, she jumped on board. So those are the people. If she's not within her sphere of influence, if she's not connected with her one way or another, she wouldn't have been aware of the new development and thereby join. So we need to find a way to keep them within near the fire, if I may use that term. And then, of course, we need to let them know we are here to help. And then, of course, assume the person will join, and that is why we need to tell them, I'll be here whenever you're ready, right? So, and then, of course, we promote ourselves and the community that you have a great opportunity here, you have a great product, and not that alone, you are joining a community of great women and men that are rooting for your progress. You're going to learn from us. You're going to leverage, materials and trainings and coaching that you can use even to grow personally and, in your professional life and even in the industry. And of course, we are to always be ready to ask questions. And then the last skill that we spoke about last week was helping your new distributor, your new member, to get started right. So once a new person starts on your team, you validate, you have meetings with them. So in that meeting, several meetings actually, in that meeting, you validate their decision to join, that yes, this is the best decision they could ever make, and that this is just at the right time. And then you set the right expectation on your relationship and your involvement with them. You're not here to work for them, but you're here to work with them, to help them along the way. So they need to, you need to set that expectation so they know when to consult with you and then know what is expected of you. And of course, there needs to be a getting started checklist. What do they need to do to make ranks, right? And how long would that take them, typically, right? And there are opportunities that the very first month they join is very, very crucial so they can make the next rank quickly. They can make the next rank quickly. So, that was a quick overview, of the last 6 skills. So the 7th skill says promoting event. That is the last skill before the conclusion of this book, promoting event. Before we go into that, do you want to add anything, Diana?
I think it's clear.
Sorry?
I think it's clear. So far, so good. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Thank you. So on the skill number 7, it says promoting event. One of the things that I've seen when, for professionals in the multi-level marketing is the fact that events has a way of motivating one. Those big events especially, right? It has a way of promoting you. You gain strength, according to him, Eric Worre, when, in the book, he says, you gain strength from the presentations during the event. You can tell these are people that are successful in this. And, some of these people, you might know them in the real world, in quotes. You might know these people in the real world. You know the kind of person they are. Now, you now see them on stage. Maybe it's somebody is very shy. They don't come out. They don't, talk like that. And then you see them presenting on stage. You wonder, wow, if she can do it, if he can do that, then I can, right? And again, you receive incredible validation of your decision to be involved. You have the evidence, the social proof that gives you validation that yes, I am in the right place. Because when you look in the room, you see amazing women that are doing great things, and you see them, you are in their company. That gives you pride. That gives you, that affirms your decision, validates your decision that yes, I am on the right path. Okay. And then, of course, the positive peer pressure, right? That you get motivated when you're surrounded with other people that are ranking up, people that are making sales, people that are able to do things. The ads challenge that we had, that was put out, I think the the art challenge that Amaka and Mr. Isido put out the last few weeks, people that are camera shy, people that would normally not put their face out there, because they see other people do it, because they see other people possibly that are shyer, more shy than them. They're like, oh, if she can do it, I can do it. Now, if she looks that good, I know I can look good as well. And they go ahead and, get made up. They're either professionally, whichever way, and they did nice pictures. And everybody were able to, put those together. So that is how we get motivated, at the events as well, because you're seeing other people that are doing the same thing that you're trying to do. And again, it talks about being committing to attend every event that you qualify for. Okay, so when you come to the event, it made a point that the people that attend an event, is not all of them that will come the next time. But as you return, each time you come back, you reestablish your, the fact that, yes, I belong here. And each time you come, you get fired up. It's like staying close to the fire. You get fired up to pursue your dream over and over and over again. So what are the events that we have in the Untamed? Events like the one we had in February, right? Those are the big company events, and I'm sure they're going to have more. The one that I know that is coming up now is a big launch. When we finally launch, it's going to be amazing, and I'm sure. Okay, I'll come to that. Lami. Yes, so I am one too. Like, who won? Who won the challenge, right? So the big event is coming. This is maybe this will be our take home now to plan. How do you want to promote that event? The big launch is coming. Okay, so how do you want to promote it? So we need to know that, number one, you have to be there as much as possible. Try as much as is in your power to be in attendance. And then, motivate and get as many people on your team to attend. And not that alone, prospects are welcome as well. Okay, so how do we want to promote that event? I'm not sure which locations those events are going to happen. I'm suspecting Kaduna might get one event this time because they are pulling it really hard. Okay, I know Abuja, they might still return to Abuja. Lagos for sure, I know, because the headquarters is in Lagos, so it just makes sense, right? So I know Lagos for sure will get one. I'm not sure about Jos, or Port Harcourt, whichever location. So plan to be in attendance and promote so that members of your team attend and prospects attend. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, Lami, I want you to share your experience from the last event, because Lami attended the last event as a prospect and she signed up on the spot after the event. So, Lami, I would like for you to share she left. Oh, maybe that was she clicked on something. So maybe when she gets back, she can tell us. Oh yeah, she said she's at work. Sorry. All right, but that's how powerful those events are. And I know a lot of people that signed up on the spot as well, beside Lami, with other people. Coming to that event because it has a lot of social proof. The energy is amazing, and you get, instead of being out there where people are saying, oh yeah, that is on the high end, in the amount to join, or maybe that's not for me right now. You are in the midst of the people that's already in the business. You are in the midst of people that are pulling hard, that are ranking up, making money, making ranks already. So it's an amazing place to bring your prospect, so they hear they're in that, vortex, as if I may use that word. They're in that, enclosure where all they hear is the positivity of this amazing opportunity. So they're able to hear you raw and direct. And then now when we invite them to come, we, methods by which we can do that is we tell our story. Like Alami has a story. Why did she decide to join on the spot? She told you, I had to bring her on one of the Instagram live. Like, okay, what made you, how did you make up your mind to join on, after that event? And she said the products, and hearing what people are saying from the stage, the energy in the room was amazing. And she just like, I can't pass this up. I have to be one of those people, so she joined that day. So we have to tell our story. And when you're inviting your team, they might have excuses, right? He says, tell your story, don't buy their story. They will tell you why they cannot come and all that. But one thing is to let them see the advantage, to let them see the benefit of coming by sharing what our stories are when it comes to events. So any comment? Ellen, thanks for coming. I see you. Do you have any comment you want to add from chapter 10? I just finished basically. I just finished chapter 10. Those are the notes that I made from chapter 10. Anyone wants to add anything? All right. Who else do we have? Ayo, we have Ayo on the line. Would you want to make any comments? Learning what you gathered from chapter 10 or even from the book in general up until chapter 10. Yes, let's go.
I think on my side, when you learn the book of GoPro, you will understand that with this business, you need to be serious.
Right.
It's not about the way sometimes we take it. If you are in the business, then you need to be in the business. But at the same time, I think it taught us on how the business can go. The way you're doing it, that's how your business will be doing it.
Right.
And on the same point, with Eric Worre, it's like what you expect is not necessarily come out as the results. So you have to be learning over and over again, but applying those skills.
Yes.
So that's what Eric Worre is telling us through the reading of GoPro. And that's why it's the best-selling book for us networkers.
Yeah.
Amazing. And if we do it, we'll eventually see results.
Absolutely.
So for us, it's just like everyone has got their speed, their way, whatever, but as long as you're doing it, don't stop doing things.
Right.
That's add something. You might not, you might be not doing it correctly, but as long as you do it over and over again, that's how you become professional.
Right.
That's
awesome.
what I got.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you so much. So the chapter 11, anybody else wants to add anything? I don't want to be the only one talking. All right. So if you don't want to talk, you can put in the chat as well, so we can pick that up. Thank you. So chapter 11 says, anything worthwhile takes time. You're going to see me putting my face this way. I have it on the screen. I didn't, take note in my note. So he mentioned that, a lot of people comes into network marketing with the mindset of get rich quick. That did somebody tell you? It depends on how it was promoted to them. Some people might see the compensations in January, in February, and they're like, so I can make $1 million like that. I can make $1 million just like that. Okay, sign me up. Because I had somebody like that he was like, oh, yes, founding member, and I can make millions. Yes, please sign me up. As long as I don't have to do anything. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have to do anything? That is the mentality of a lot of people. I almost signed him up, but one way or another, it didn't work out, and he only wanted to be founding member. Right? So when the founding member offer was off, it was like, yeah, that's it, Sienna, all of that. But we cannot have that mentality coming into this opportunity, to becoming a member of this great community. So we have to have the right expectation coming in. Now, he mentioned the 1357 formula. In any business, to even get to break even or start making tangible profit, you have to have spent at least a year in that business. So the expectation of coming into network marketing and hitting it big first month, in the first 90 days, is it possible? Oh yes, we saw Susan's check in January, right? It's possible. She made millions, right? That is a possibility. However, should that be the expectation that we bring into this? That should be the passion we bring into it, but not the expectation per se. That should be the passion that, yes, this is a possibility. And, put in that effort that, yes, I can make that. That can happen for me. However, we need to set the expectation right, that for this to work, I need to give myself time. And in the process, this is an opportunity. It's like, okay, if you're coming into, a business school, most of the time, you don't get to exercise or make money as a business person while you're in school in some of those cases, because after going through the business school, then you now begin, talking about establishing the business and all of that. But in here, you have a business, you're able to earn while you're learning, right? The focus of this first year needs to be on learning, understanding the product, learning more about the company, and knowing how to build your team, knowing how to build your community within this community. Because that's the foundation. If you don't have the foundation right, that is where you find people are losing the enthusiasm they started with. That is where you find that, when they don't see results that they are expecting in the first month, second month, third month, then fourth month, you see they fizzle out because of that, great expectation that they had. Is it possible? Absolutely, yes. But it has to come with the passion and the commitment to be able to make, such expectation. And if you've heard somebody tell you, oh, the product practically sells itself, that's a pitfall that people have set ahead of them, where they feel they don't have to promote it. The product sells itself, right? And then you hear statements like, there's no work involved, just join and, everything will be all right, or I'll build for you. All of those things. There could be lots of promises, but I'm sure those of us that have been in this book club, we now know that is not the professional way. The professional way is, this is your business and you have to take it as such. Your upline is there for consultation and consultation alone. They are not responsible for building your business for you. We already know that already. And that's why we are here, learning how to do this professionally and how to do it right. So the very first year, you continue to learn and build your business. In 3 years, you start, of course, making strides and profiting. The 5 years, you begin to continue to build, and in 7 years, you're an expert, right? So that is where, in the 5 years, you begin to talk about, 6-figure earner in dollars, right? And then 7-figure earners in dollars in 7 years. That is the expert level. There's unending opportunities, in network marketing, and we cannot, allow the initial disappointment, the initial no's that we hear to scare us away. We have to keep our focus on the goal, and the goal is becoming an expert. The goal is knowing what our product, our company is all about, be passionate about it, and exposing it to as many people as possible. It's interesting, right? I think I shared it last week. I had people on my contact that knows people within the Untamed. And even this past week, somebody was still telling me that they know Kiki. That they know Kiki, right? That, was it Kiki? Yes, we maybe they live together on the same streets growing up and things like that. Oh yeah, I know her. So in other words, if I don't promote it, Kiki will promote it and they will see it on Kiki's page. If they know Kiki, right? If she doesn't promote it and I do, they'll come to me. So we have to continue to expose our contact, to expose our people to the product. And then we have to continue to learn in the process. There's a quote here. It says, in this world, you are either growing or you're dying. So get emotion and grow. The best thing we need to do is we never stop learning. So get more. When there's monthly training by the Untamed, the last in March, the training that was done is about the compensation plan. How vast are you in the compensation plan right now? That was the training that was done, and I still that video was still was still long for me. So I still intend to compress it maybe to like 30 minutes or less video. We're going to do one of those in one of our presentations that we're going to do, where we can expose people to that compensation plan. And we need to understand it ourselves. We need to be able to take a pen and paper and say, this is how it works. So that is one of the things we need to do. Maybe we can take it as another homework. The first homework from this book club today is promote the next event that is coming. The very next one, the big event. Of course, we promote all our prospecting events, please. Let's do that. And then the big one that is coming is the big launch. I don't know if there's any coming before that. So let's promote our event. And then it says to model successful behavior. We learned this at the very first time we were here. We were, the very first book club meeting we had, people were mentioning the people they want to model their behavior after, especially when it comes to social selling. And we got that person here on that day. I think it was Franca. We got her on and she taught us how to leverage our social media, to continue to, to be successful in social selling. She gave great tips that day, right? So we need to look at who are the people that are successful. Then we need to model after them. He says, try to avoid reinventing the wheel. You don't need to do it over again. Part of modeling after other people is so gracious. People on the platform are so gracious. They do pictures, they do flyers, and they say, yeah, use them. So repurpose them for yourself, right? Those are things they pay money for, most likely. that you can use for free. And if they don't pay money for it, they pay time to make it. And they're telling you, you can use it for free. Why go create your own all over again? Of course, if you can, please do. I create mine as well, right? So we can leverage on all of this. The artwork has already been done. Some videos are out. Use the videos, all of that. And so let's, model successful behavior. If you see a presentation that you really, 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 really love the way the person presents it, but you want it to be in your own voice and your own video, yeah, say whatever they said, that is applicable to you. Say the way they presented the information, go ahead and do that. So we need to find, how do people find prospects? How do people invite other people? You see that we established, I think in one of our the classes, that in network marketing is a game of copycat. All you need to do is find the right cat to copy. So you see how people do on their social media, you do the same. How do you copy the same behavior, right? And then you study audio books, audio programs, you use videos online. There are short videos now on YouTube, on social media, from all these amazing pace setters in network marketing that we can leverage, that we can use, to learn more about all of these things. So, and then events, of course, as we have mentioned. And then we need to be careful not to be distracted. We need to be careful not to be distracted. We need to know which of all of these opportunities, all of these methods works for us, and then keep at it. All right. So we need not to be distracted. The most important is taking action. And it gave a concept. They make a plan, do your plan, and review your plan. Plan, do, review, and then repeat. Plan, do, review, and then repeat. All right. So when you plan, like for example, we are talking about prospecting, right? Inviting prospects to event, and of course, going through all of those exposures with them to get them to become a customer, or to get them to become a member, right? All of those processes, we need to plan it, execute it, that is the do, and then review the results. For example, if you plan to run an ad, you've run your ad, of course you plan to run the ad, you run the ad, then you need to review, the results of your ad. How many were you able to convert from the ads? How many leads did you get? All of those things. What could you do better? So in all of that, you learn. So basically, he made a point that in all of this, we do not, there is no failure, but rather lessons. We are learning how to do things better. It is in the review, you can be able to identify, okay, these are the things I can do better next time. All right. So that is, and then I love the way, he mentioned the teaching. And that works for me a great deal as well, because when you've learned something and you are able to repeat it to other people, it stays with you more, because you've given yourself at least 3 exposure. You have learned it, you've gone through the process yourself, and you have documented, before you present it. You're not going to just go through it once and come and present, right? Once you've learned it yourself, you prepare to present it, and then you come and present. That's 3 exposures right there to be able to teach other people. So that is a great way. Find all opportunities to pass on, information to your team, teach them what you know, expose them to things, all of those things. And teaching, it doesn't have to be Zoom like this. It could be, what you've gathered from books or from videos. You can just type it, put it in your group chat, and, just for them to learn from you as well. And it could be things, tasks or skills that you want to share with them for them to learn do as you do, because some of them I want to ask you how you do stuff. So just, replicate it, for them as well. Another important lesson is the law of association. The law of association. One of the things is, it says that you become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You'll become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now, don't forget, in this community, we will have the amateurs, those people that have not decided to go pro with this opportunity. Okay, you will have those that are, still in and out, are like, okay, one leg in, one leg out. You still have the posers that just like, I just joined because she's my friend. I'll just use the product and that's the end of it. Or if I need it, I'll come back. They are not ready, to build the business. So you within the community, and you have the amateurs who will, at some point, they might have that zeal at the beginning, but later on, you might begin to hear them complain about, whatever, because if you want to complain about anything, you will find reason to complain. That's the truth. Okay, so you'll find people like that. Now, are those the people you associate with? You need to be intentional about the people you work with, people that you have around you. And with this community, we are surrounded with great and amazing minds, right? So it's a matter of growing with this community and be intentional about the networking, right? Networking within the networking opportunities that we have. So he says, you have to limit your association with negative people, or people who weren't helping you grow in the direction of your dreams. And that is within the organization and outside the organization as well. Now, for those outside the organization, it's not for you to cut them off altogether, like, okay, I'm not even going to talk to you about this opportunity again. You might not talk to them about the opportunity, but keep them in the loop, where they will see your statuses, they will see your social media and all of that. But don't be actively prospecting them, because each time you go to them, maybe they just speak, it's going to die soon. I have somebody, that will say, before the product came, she would tell me, that product, I've been in one that the product never came, and this is 30 year already. The product never came till the whole business went kaput, right? That was, each time I speak to her, that's what she would say. So at the end of the day, I stopped speaking to her, about the opportunity. And when the product came, of course, who is the very first person I'm going to talk to, that the product had come. So I reached out to her and like, yeah, here's a product. And she's like, oh, wow, that's great. And then, of course, we're still on the matter. But the major part of it is we're going to have negative people within and without. So within, you have to be already in, okay? So you have to know what your relationship will be with them, what your association is with them, and limit, that association if they are negative. And then outside of the company, if those people are negative, just let them watch. Just keep them entertained, okay? And let them keep watching your statuses. With time, they would, come on board. All right. So those are the 2 points, that I can pick from that very chapter. Be careful of your association. All right. And you are an average, the average of the 5 people that you associate with. So who are the 5 people you want to associate with in this company at this point in time? And those are the people that you can continue to leverage on. Now, the last chapter, before I go to the last chapter, do anybody have anything to add, any question, anything whatsoever you want to add? Let's go. Hey, Lami, welcome back. Awesome. How was work today? You're muted.
In fact, it was just something else. I just got into the house. I've not even gone anywhere or done anything. I just looked for a seat to sit down and join.
Yeah.
And you people have gone far already.
Yeah, we are almost concluding massive.
Yeah.
Thanks for, I know you tried joining earlier, so thank you for that.
Yes, I was in the office at that time.
Yeah, you said it. I saw it in your text. Excellent. So, do you have any, but we are going to be concluding with the last chapter now. It says it's all worth it. Before we do that, do you have any contribution you want to make? The other time I wanted to ask you to share your experience about the live event that was in February, right? Because the chapter 10 was talking about promoting. That's the skill number 7, how to promote, events, the company event. So, and I was telling them, like, you attended that event, and at the end of the day, your experience made you decide, I want to be amongst these wonderful people. So can you go over that and then tell us, other things that you want to share?
Yeah, I would say the event was like the cap on the head, because you had done a good job following up on it already. So when you invited me for the event, I was like, well, why not? Since the product will be there, because all the while we have been talking and we have not seen the product, you also have not seen the product. So I went for the event, of course, and wow, I saw many people, Pastor Moji specifically, and I was like, what? People there, what are we waiting for now? That kind, seeing people, Pastor Moji, yourself, Dr. Naomi, seeing people that are not ashamed of themselves in whole, both the religious aspect, both, as in just everything was so encompassing for me. Finally, when I put the foundation on, I was like, no, this foundation will need to be on my face for sure. So of course that evening I signed up, and that was it. That was the beginning of my story with the Untamed, as in being a member.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Excellent. Yes. And that's a really great point, right? To share when we are promoting the company event, because we have a huge launching event coming up very soon. And I'm not sure if there's any other event coming up before then, but there's a launching coming, okay? So that's going to be huge. I'm sure even huger than the one we had in February, right? And one of the things, the highlight of those events will be product testing. They can sample the product, when they come to such events. So when we're promoting the events, let them know, especially for prospects, like let them know they'll be able to sample the product. So that's a very, 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 very good point. Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So any other gems that you want to share?
I was not listening, so I'm not sure of what you have shared, but something stood out to me in chapter 11, where he spoke about, if you want to be a pro, you must be an active student.
Right.
Meaning you as you're in it already, you are also learning.
Right.
Yeah, so you listen actively, you learn actively, you are practicing as you are learning on the go. There's nothing like you have to go to school for 4 years, then learn, then come out, then you start practicing what you have learned. No, as you're learning it, you are practicing it here and now.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he spoke about being an active student. And then, of course, he spoke about how we are willing to give the normal commercial business time to grow. But when you start network marketing, you want it to grow like yesterday. Yes, that would be very, 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 very inconsiderate. And that is why most of the time people leave the network marketing industry disappointed, Because first of all, the expectation they are coming with cannot be met. It's an unmet expectation. So when the expectation is not met, they get hot and they end up getting disappointed and start bad-mouthing the business.
Exactly.
Yes, because if you are willing, you know, my husband used to, there's this phrase that he used to say that most businesses in Nigeria crash before the 5th year. Now, why? Because you don't see profit from that year 1. If you're not careful, to year 5, there's no profit. There's nothing holding the business. But if you're able to stay in business, according to him, past that 5-year line, yes, then you can be sure that you make something out of that business.
Absolutely.
So if we are willing to do that for traditional business, imagine that you say, okay, I'm going to be consistent for the next 5 years in this network marketing. There is no how.
Yes.
You have seen results by then.
Exactly.
Yes. So and that happens because we don't treat the network marketing as a business. So we need to change our mindset and give it the respect that it is due, and know that this is business, and face it as like we're facing our business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for that. I see, Ellen, you raised your hand. Let's have you, please. You can unmute. And if you could, too, we'd love to see your face.
Yeah.
But if the network is not strong, that's okay, too. That's fine. Because I see the network is static.
Thank you.
No problem.
I wanted to. Okay. Okay. You are hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to share about the learning part. Like, yes, you are in the business. The first thing you have to understand, you have a goals. Those goals cannot be met without you being knowledgeable. First of all, you need to have a knowledge of what you are going to do.
Exactly.
So what I have learned is like the first month is the month for you to learn. If you really want to build a long-term result of your business, because there are different who have already made that them. So when the business is easy for them just to pick up and they're up there. And some people, like, you need to have a strategy. Like, I need to have a knowledge. And while you are having a knowledge, you have to understand when you go to someone to share about the business, if yourself, you are not confident, it won't be easier to prospect someone and to invite, because until you get someone to be invited to come to that meeting, he has asked you some questions, some knowledge. So you need to be knowledgeable. Yeah, and being knowledgeable, you build a confidence. So when you go to someone, you are confident, and someone, he can look and say, wow, maybe this is the person. I can see he's talking something. But you go there, you're just saying, oh, product is nice and what, like, you don't have full information of what you are doing. That is not good. And the other thing, what I learned from the chapter is like, you have to understand you are a leader. So getting knowledge is full of understanding, I am a leader. Whatever package you entered with, even if you have not run to another rank, but the moment you join the business, you are a leader. You will have a people behind you. So you don't expect someone to work for you. You are a leader, so you will need to lead a team behind you. How can you lead a team? You are not knowledgeable yourself. So the most important thing, it's like the first month is to get full of knowledge, to do a lot of research from other community members, how they do, how they grow, how they do about, because sometimes you can make an advertisement And then later on, you see like, oh, it's not, but you see someone has working. So through that, you learn like people you're approaching, how you approach them.
Yeah.
So all of that is the researching area in the business. So I see like when you come at the first month, don't expect much result of that money or of that goals to be fulfilled, but build first your confidence, your knowledge, and stay focused.
Right.
Even if you meet negative people, but if you are focused and you know what am I doing this period of time, it's easier for you to stay on that course. So
Absolutely.
That's what I learned.
Awesome. Wow. That's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is great. All right. So I don't see any other handout. So that would have to be a wrap for us. The time is up. Now the last chapter says it's all worth it. And from what I could gather, is basically each time to keep in focus your goals. What impacts do you want to make? Because in network marketing, it provides the compensation plan is usually it's so great and amazing that that 10 years goal that you had, you could shorten that period maybe by 50% or sometimes even by 75%. A 5-year goal you can accomplish in 2-3 years, right? It's compared to your job that it's all capped, it's all fixed. Network marketing is not capped. However, the foundation needs to be set right. And as you continue to work towards it, keep the focus, keep your goals in focus. Don't be distracted, and always have at the back of your mind the freedom you're looking forward to, the lives you'll be touching, the people you'll be meeting within this organization. A lot of people that are within this organization, they are in other businesses, they are in other things that you can partner with them for, right? You are in businesses and other walks of life that they can, patronize you on. Maybe you're in real estate, you sell real estate. These are people that are making money that they want to buy real estate. That is how you network within this organization, and you continue to grow with it. And then, of course, the places we're going to go, we're going to travel, because we're going to work towards that goal of being able to make, when opportunities to travel come, we'll be able to qualify for it and be able to go for it. And then the impact, oh my God, right? The impact we're going to make in our community, being able to give back, being able to make a change in our world. You have that opportunity. And most of all, the person you will become. I think it was Diana Ross that was talking about how she has grown just in the little time she's been on the Untamed community. Now, I think it was yesterday that she was talking about, learning how to navigate Zoom meetings. Now she has learned that. Before now, she couldn't talk on Zooms, and her voice wouldn't come out and things like that. But now she's learned that. So in all of this, the process, going through this process, the person you're going to become in the process, you be ready to meet that person, because you're going to be amazed at the end of the day. So give yourself time, learn all of those processes. And that's part of what the book club is about, okay? And if we have any area that you want us to dig deeper into, any area you're having challenges, talk to your upline or bring it into the book club. We can definitely look into how we can learn together and get better together. All right. So that is all I have for us today as far as the book club is concerned. On Wednesdays, our Now, Lami said, I started using IG because of the Untamed, and she's going to start her IG live soon. The last time I had her on IG live where she came to share her Untamed story, she said that was the first time she will ever share on IG live, right? Those are things possibly she wouldn't, want to do before the Untamed. And that's a skill that she's already gotten. That is a skill that she's already gotten that she can never lose, that she can use in other areas of her professional life. All right. I think we have maybe prospects joining us already. So let's wrap this up because we have a prospecting call right now, between now and the bottom of the hour. Diana Rose was supposed to take. So how did we come about the prospecting call? We, in the general group, we have prospecting calls on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Now, I feel like, I think we concluded two book club meetings ago that instead of allowing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to be blank of prospect calls, that we should fill that gap so that when we're talking to our prospect, we know that every day, every blessed day, there's a prospect call coming up. I see there's a gap on Sunday. I'll take that rest. I'll take that rest on Sunday and just take that as time to worship. All right. So Monday through Saturday, every day we have prospect calls, right? So that is the notion. I mean, that's the idea that we came up with. And today, Diane Ross, and that's why she went to learn how to navigate Zoom, and she's learned it. Now did she drop off? So that is the one we're going to transition into. But before we leave the book club today, the next book we're going to be going through, I don't know if anybody has a proposal that we can look into. I have 3 that I want to propose. Lani, I know you were reading one. You mentioned you've picked up a second book after GoPro. Which book was that? Maybe is one of the ones. I have 3 that I've picked. I have Think and Grow Rich. I have How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie, and Your First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell. So those are the 3 that's in that order too. Because Think and Grow Rich, that talks about our mindset, your personal mindset on building wealth, how to, whatever limiting beliefs you have around, to take that out of the way and begin to think as your rich self, right? And that takes care of you personally. And then that will go into How to Win Friends and Influence People, the richness that we have ourselves, so that when we face people, it won't be, oh, it's time for network marketing. Okay. So it won't be, they won't determine how we feel. We are already rich in our mindset, right? We are already prosperous. We are already successful in this business, in our mindset. Don't forget, before an architect builds a skyscraper, he already conceived how high and how he wants to have it done. And then he has a model. So in our mind, you are already a successful business, network marketer. You are already a successful social selling expert. You're already a social selling expert, already successful at it, right? So when we have that mindset, when we are settled on our minds and we have that image of ourselves successful in this business, not that we are not successful in other things we're doing currently, but in this business, once we have settled that, whatever anybody says out from outside will not move us, right? And that's why I feel, okay, How to Win Friends and Influence People could be a good follow-up to that. And then we now begin to reach out and be a magnet to quality people, because now we are quality people, when it comes to our mindset. And then, Lami is saying she has, let's see, it's time for network marketing. Excellent. So instead of your first year in network marketing by Marciano, maybe we'll take on it's time for network marketing then. So I have one, Think and Grow Rich. We're going to decide now. So guys, number one, then I want us to pick the next book. So on the table, or I'll just do the 4. On the table right now, we have Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. We have number 2, we have How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And number 3, we have Lami's choice here. Let me see. It's time for network marketing. And then number 4, Your First Year in Network Marketing by Marciano. Which one would you want us to take care of next? Just vote right now. We have 4 now left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What would you want us to go for? You know where I the one I'm proposing next. So let's see. What do you think? Madam Eileen, what do you think? Which one do you go for? 1, 2, 3, or 4? And then Ayo, I would love to hear from you as well. So you two are the tiebreakers, because or if you have any that you want to suggest to put into the pool. Number 4, very good. That is, it's time for network marketing. All right, good. That's from Ellen. So we have 2 for it's time for network marketing. All right, good. All right, Ayo, what do you suggest? We've not heard your voice, Ayo. I would love to hear you if you can speak. Sorry, we're taking this long. I'm kind of stylishly waiting for Diana Rose, because this is the same line we're using for the prospecting call as well. I would love to hear from you. All right. Okay, so that shows we have a winner. So we're going to go next to it's time for network marketing. Bam. All right, so that will be our next book. I'll write that down. So let's take note of that. From next week, we're going to start. It's time for network marketing. I'll give us more on that as time gets closer. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Where is Diana Rose? What's going on? So it's now this prospecting call, of course. Let me end this recording.